his mediocre run, another
mediocre might be too strong.
Game in the teens, 15 points for Tatum before sitting for the entire fourth quarter. Here he is after the game.
Just not to harp on it too much. Like it happened. We can't change what happened tonight. You know, we always say you lose by 2 or you lose by 30. Right? They all count the same. But we do need to be better. Like we're not making any excuses. We need to be better, and we will. We will be better.
Okay, I mean, I'm waiting patiently. Game 1, 16. Game 2, 18. Game 3, 31, but 4 for 13 from 3. And then Friday, 15 points, 1 for 4 from 3. Are you surprised Tatum struggled again?
No. But listen, he's not a finals guy until proven otherwise. He's just fair. Not. This is 10 finals games in his career. How many of those games has he shot above 50%? 0. Only Rip Hamilton, as far as guys who ever made an all-star team, had a longer stretch start his career. Rip was 12 for 12. All 12 of his career finals games didn't break 50%, but also wasn't relied on to be the number one offensive option. That was a defensive-minded team.
Ewing shot like 36%.
No, what I'm saying is every individual game he hasn't been above 50%.
He hasn't had 50%.
Right. He hasn't been above 50% once. Jayson Tatum, the last 3 years, since he has been in club superstar and since he's been an all-NBA caliber guy, here's what he is. Regular season, that guy's awesome. First 3 rounds of the playoffs, almost as good as the regular season. The finals, he's been bad. We can now expand that worst field goal percentage in the finals to even more attempts, 175. That's who he's on the list with. And so I don't know what else to say. If you go through, I did it today, each game, it's like, was Tatum the best player on his own team in any game? No. Was he the second best player on his own team?
Is that in all 10?
No, I'm in this series. This series. Was he the second best player on his own team in any game? Probably game 3.
Yeah.
But that's it. In game 4, was he better than Sam Hauser? No.
Game 4, no one gets an award.
That's fine. Throw that one out. But games 1 and 2.
I mean, you can't count. Yeah, you could say. I would say he was the best in game 4, which doesn't even matter.
Oh, okay, that's all right. That's fine. But then there were 3 Mavericks ahead of him. But game 1, Jalen, Kristaps, and Drew were better.
Yep.
Game 2, Drew and Jalen were better. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, it just is what it is. In my opinion, he's almost at this point disqualified from Finals MVP.
Wow.
Because in order for him to have more good games than bad games, they have to lose. They have to keep losing.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
the thing is this.
That's where I'm at.
It's fair. He clearly battles with nerves. And to me, in the final. I mean, number one, he said he was nervous in game 1. All right. I mean, you've been to the finals before. You've been to Eastern Conference Finals, 6 times. And you're saying you're nervous. And if you look at, I still contend he's playing a good floor game. He's leading the Celtics in rebounding, leading them in assists. What is, and he's scoring, obviously, averaging 20 a game, but his shooting, that's what it is. And that can be a mental thing. That can be nerves. When you're missing little, I wouldn't say bunnies because they're contested, but when you're missing layups you usually make, that can be nerves. And so he's going to have to deal with this, you know, after they presumably win this finals. I mean, he'll be happy. He should be. Like I said last week, don't let anybody get you down if you're not finals MVP. But he's going to have to take a look in the mirror and say, why can't I shoot well in the finals? Now, as far as finals MVP, I don't think he's disqualified.
Oh, you don't think he's disqualified?
No, because nobody's lighting it up. Jaylen Brown had 10 points and 5 turnovers in game 4. So I'm 5 or 6 turnovers. No, Drew Holiday is averaging 14 points and 4, not even 4 assists. And his defense is what he's doing great, but opponents are shooting 58% against him when he's the primary defender. So it's like there's nobody on the Celtics having a phenomenal series. I would say at this moment it is Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
But if Tatum has a great game tonight, or if it goes 6 and he's good tonight and they lose, great in game 6 and they win, he can definitely, he's averaging 28 and 6. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists.
I mean, I know he's averaging
you can shoot,
20,
you
but
can
he's,
look. It don't matter, man.
But
the
kind of it does.
It's not. Michael Jordan shot 41% in the final,
right.
and they won. So who cares?
I know he's averaging 20. But he's got 3 games
under 20.
under 19, and
okay,
131.
But that's 1 point under.
I know,
20.
but still. All right, here's what you talk about.
Because Brown's averaging 20.8. That's my point. Is just.
I mean, that's fair. He took 4 threes, and I was just grinding the all 10. And I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do?
What?
Set aside part of my day and rewatch
all 4 threes.
All 4 threes.
Oh wow!
So me and Josh,
in
me and
between
Josh
your
closed
piano
down. So here's the first one: 6 dribble, step back. Obviously a miss. Another one. This is going to be a 4 dribble 3, 4 contested pump. Obviously a miss. Next one is another 4 dribble, step back again, and this one gets blocked. These are all bad shots. Here's the one that he made. If we're going to switch tapes, Al Horford pick, come around and make it.
It's not a step back.
So no. Right. So it's just basic. I mean, that play
Does he
works.
not shoot? But here's the thing, Wiles. Does he not shoot step back threes like that in the regular season?
Well,
he does.
I know, but Brew, I could have blindly described those to you and be like, which one do you think went in? If you're struggling, let's have more of the easy shots and less of the oh wow shots.
And can I say something else about the Finals MVP thing? Because Brew's point about the history of it. Isaiah didn't win his first one. Steph didn't win for the first 3.
Tatum ran
3
through
rings.
it all too.
He ran through it. He said,
did he?
yeah, he was like Kobe only won 2 of 5. Duncan
Kareem won 2 of 6.
Right, Duncan didn't win all of them.
Right.
Here is the distinguishing factor, however. Isaiah was not bad in those finals when Joe Dumars won. Kobe, his first finals wasn't great. The next 2 rings, he was very good. But Shaq was averaging over the course of that 35 and 15. Mm-hmm. It was when Steph didn't win it and Iguodala won it. Steph actually had better numbers in that series than he had in the regular season when he won MVP. Yeah. And then the next 2 years, Kevin Durant was just shooting fireballs out of his eyes, so he won it. It wasn't because Steph was terrible.
Yep.
This is a different situation. And it is, I don't want to call it unprecedented because I'd have to go through all 76 finals, but a finals where somebody is clearly going into it, the team's best player, plays really poorly, and they win anyway. Like, maybe there's one that comes to mind for people immediately. There isn't for me. I was thinking about it. Like, you mentioned Jordan. Was the 41% the one against Seattle? Jordan was great in almost every final.
He averaged a ton of points, but I think he shot 41%.
Against Seattle, I think so. And that was because the last 3 games of that series, he struggled from the field. But they started out up 3-0, in part because he was great. And I understand Boston started up 3-0, but it's not because Tatum was great. So it's a very, very weird historical situation where Tatum, I think, has been B-level once this series. Game 3.
I can't say that. He scored 31. All y'all looking at is the field goal percentage.
No. But that's what I'm talking about.
I'm serious. That's all you're looking at.
That wasn't an A game, though. You were like, man,
it was a
Tatum
B+ game.
Okay, that's fine.
You know how hard it is to score 31 in a freaking game?
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, of the 3 games, there was only one time I thought in the 4 games he played B level or above. You want to call it a B, a B+, an A-, whatever. But games 1, game 2, and game 4. Game 4 was an F, you can say, across the board. Game 1 and 2 was a C-ish.
Yeah.
And so that is a weird spot for it to be like, but if he's great tonight, he's finals MVP.
No. What if Jalen struggles tonight? If he struggled in game 4.
Then Drew gets it.
Drew's averaging 14 points a game and giving up 58% shooting.
Well, the giving up 58% shooting
for the series?
When he's the primary defender.
Those numbers can be a little hinky.
Well, you brought up defensive rating. Guess who? Tatum and Brown are tied with defensive rating.
Yes.
Second among starters behind Al Horford.
Yeah, but
it's better than Drew. I'm just saying.
It ain't ass stocks. I'm not buying the defensive rating.
But he is leading them in rebounding, and he's going to sit here and act like he's playing terrible. And he's second in scoring by 0.8 of a point.
Drew.
I mean, and they're about to win.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think, were you surprised he played poorly in game 4?
I throw out game 4.
No,
How do you even measure game 4? They gave up the ghost.
But is
in
that
the
not
first
a
quarter.
little bit on the best player?
It's on everybody.
Yes, but
Jaylen Brown is right there. It's 1A and 1B, and he was worse.
Okay. I mean,
it's not even a question. And Drew Holiday wasn't good either.
Yeah. No,
like,
that was Drew's like first bad game.
I thought it was first.
Y'all
I agree
are
with you.
tripping as far. And I'm not saying he's playing well. I get the criticism, but to act like he has no chance to be Finals MVP, 28 and 6, leading them in rebounding and assists, and maybe will lead them in scoring.
Yeah, go.
This guy will lead them perhaps in scoring, rebounding, and assists.
Yeah.
And all people are doing is sitting here ripping.
He's putting
And they're
up
about to win.
almost an identical stat line to LeBron in 07, which is considered one of LeBron's second worst finals, and is something of where he played. It's just universally agreed upon he played poorly throughout, even though he was the best player on his team. Unlike this, it's a weird. I don't think we're being unfair to Tatum.
What if they had won?
If they
It would have been LeBron would have got credit.
Yeah, but that's why it makes it so weird, because it's despite that they're winning.
Because they got a
becoming
better
a Tatum guy.
No, I'm just saying.